And every night, he was closer. Always silent. Approaching. Mark and Lena had always loved the walk home. The city felt different at night. Quieter, almost peaceful. The hum of distant traffic, the rhythm of their footsteps on pavement, the neon glow of shop signs reflecting in puddles. But lately, something had changed. They weren't alone. It started small. Mark would glance over his shoulder and catch a shadow lingering near the streetlights. A hunched figure, standing too still, watching. Then, Lena saw him too. A man. No, something shaped like a man. His skin was wrong, thick, rigid, like cracked stone or old leather. His hunched posture made him look unnatural, as though he wasn't meant to stand upright. And every night, he was closer. Always silent, always watching. It didn't matter if they changed their route. It didn't matter if they ran. No one else ever seemed to notice him, but he was always there. One night, as they hurried home, Mark stopped dead in his tracks. The Shell Man stood beneath the street lamp ahead. The light flickered, casting shifting shadows over his rigid skin. His sunken eyes locked onto them. Lena gripped Mark's arm. "Let's go back." They turned. The Shell Man was now behind them. Lena gasped, stumbling backward. Mark grabbed her hand, whispering, "Run!" They sprinted through the empty streets, cutting through alleys, jumping curbs, desperate to escape. No matter where they turned, he was there. Not running, not chasing, just waiting. They reached their building, slammed the door shut, and bolted it. Silence. Lena pressed a shaking hand to her mouth. Mark looked out the peephole. Nothing. But the feel wouldn't fade. Mark checked the windows. Lena locked the bedroom door. They lay in bed, fully clothed, waiting for morning. Waiting for it to be over. But as the night stretched on, something changed. The silence wasn't right. It was too deep, like the city itself had stopped breathing. Then, a soft creak from the living room. Mark sat up. Lena clutched his arm. "No, don't!" But he had to. He tiptoed to the door, pressed his ear against it. The apartment was silent. Then, another creak, closer. Mark reached for the doorknob, and the light went out. A deep, suffocating darkness swallowed the room. "Lena?" His voice was barely a whisper. Something moved in the dark. A slow, deliberate shift of weight. The air felt thick, wrong. Lena grabbed his hand, trembling, squeezing it so tight that it hurt. Then, something cold touched Mark's shoulder. He froze. Not a hand, not fingers. Something rough, something rigid. He couldn't breathe. The darkness pressed against him. And then, a sound. Low, rasping. Not a voice, not a growl. Something deeper. Something that didn't belong in this world. The pressure on Mark's shoulder tightened, and then, a wet snap. Lena screamed. The bedroom door slammed shut on its own, and then, silence. The next morning, Lena's sister came to check on them. The apartment door was locked. No one answered. The police broke in. Inside, the bed was unmade. 2 coffee mugs sat half full on the table. Mark's phone was on the counter. Lena's keys were by the door. But they were gone. No signs of a struggle, no footprints, no forced entry, just emptiness. And on the bedroom wall, something scratched into the paint. A single, impossible word. A word no one could explain. A word no one dared to say out loud. And that night, under a flickering street lamp, the Shell Man still stood, watching, waiting, silent, for the next ones. But the story doesn't stop there. The apartment stayed empty. New tenants came and went, never lasting long. The landlord stopped trying to rent it out. The door remained locked. Dust settled over untouched furniture. But some nights, people in the building swore they heard footsteps. Slow, soft, moving through the empty apartment, and sometimes a knock. Not at the front door, at the closet. One evening, a man named Daniel walked home late. A shortcut through the quiet streets. His phone was dead. His footsteps echoed against empty buildings. Then, the street lamp ahead flickered. A shape stood beneath it, still, watching. Daniel stopped. His stomach turned with a fear he couldn't name. The man's skin was wrong, thick, rigid, cracked like stone. Daniel took a step back. The figure didn't move. But somehow, somewhere, he knew it was already too late. The city moved on, but if you ever feel watched on an empty street, if the silence feels too deep, walk faster. And whatever you do, don't look back.